Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. These are general readings. We're going to take what works, leave what doesn't. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, go check your other major placements. We're going to start off with Moonology and work your light decks for an intuitive vibe for where we might be going, and then we'll move on to the Muse deck for a more traditional tarot spread. All right, what do we have for Aries this week? What do we have for Aries? Apparently not. Okay, apparently a book. It's all or nothing. Not too bad, actually. Not too much. Okay. Okay, we're going to start with dance with life. Do something to change your energy. So there's a lot of different ways to change our energy. We can change our energy through breath work, changing it up, bringing it down. You can even bring it up with breath work. Meditation, we can change our energy that way. Moving our bodies, dancing, this is what this is depicting, the dancing and moving our bodies. We can change our energy that way. So doing something physical to, if we've been sedentary lately, changing it up. So we're changing it up and we're dancing with life. We're co-creating with life. All of life can be seen as dancing with life. Life makes one move, you make another, and you're flowing back and forth. So getting into a state of flow with life, changing up your energy. You've been doing something for too long that needs to be switched up. If you're sedentary, get up, move around, do something different and unique, playful, maybe even expressive, but changing up some kind of energy, shifting your energy. You can do that. You are energy. Life is energy, and you have that power to shift and move your own energy, certainly your own energy. And then it does affect other people as well, and the energy you bring into every situation. So there might be a certain situation actually where you do need to bring a different type of energy into it. Something really unique, maybe something a little surprising. See if you can't surprise yourself. It's hard to do, but. And then we have faith in your dreams, Moonology's waxing crescent moon. So a time of, we're already underway here. We've got two, the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetime. So something's beginning here, something's, the effects of your actions are accumulating. Maybe a bunch of smaller activities you've done, but the effects are starting to show up, and there's an accumulation here of something you've been working on, something you've been working towards for maybe quite some time. Things are gaining momentum. Having faith in your dreams. So we're not, training. So you might still be in school for something. You might be still learning something, but you are, it's like, it is accumulating the knowledge, the information you need to move forward with something in the real world. It is accumulating. Continue to learn, continue to have faith that this is all going to come. Something is that you want in this dance with life is going to be coming to fruition. But you need to continue learning. You're still in a learning stage, and continue training, maybe doing practice runs, maybe, I want to say like filling out a form online. Maybe you don't always complete it, but saving it and coming back to it. You're making progress towards something that eventually comes to fruition and shows up in your reality. So maybe you need to change up the energy that you bring to all of this practice and all of this rehearsal and all of this dreaming and planning and scheming. So having faith in your dreams also, this is something that changes the energy you bring to your dreams. Having some sort of knowledge that something's going to happen will change the energy that you bring. You'll be coming in with much more certainty, much more thoroughness, understanding that you're only going to pass this way once, right? You don't get to go back and do this stage, this prep stage, this training stage. You're not going to go back to do this. So you come, if you don't have faith in your dreams and you have this sense that I'm always going to be practicing, I'm always going to be the student, I'm always going to be learning. If you don't have that, if you're stuck in that mode and in that energy, You know, there's a sense of, well, I don't really need to pay attention since this is never ending and I'll always be trying to practice and work on this and something like that. But if you know for sure that you, at the end of this all, you're going to be a doctor, it might change the way you pay attention to what's being taught in class, what you're supposed to be learning, that kind of thing. So, or if you know, I do have to perform this on stage at some point, it changes how you practice, because it pushes it to, when you're certain, you know, when you have a performance date that you're going towards, you practice way different than if you just don't have any belief that anything's going to come of this or anything like that. So changing the energy, possibly to having more faith and more certainty that what you're working towards is going to happen as you train, as you practice and rehearse. If you can do that with some level of certainty that something's going to happen, it'll change, you know, even just your mind's ability to pay attention to what's going on, your mind's ability to prioritize something. It changes your energy and how you come into this training and come into practice. We also have inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Your intuition may be trying to talk to you about something, tell you something. We're going to tune into that through some form of meditation. There's thousands of forms of meditation out there, so I'm sure you can find one that really works for you right now. I don't understand how people function without it, but and then there's all sort of, but some people really approach it with this rigidity. It has to be this one way about this one thing. You know, you have to relax, or you have to empty your mind. And there's really all sorts of different interesting ways to focus the mind, to quiet down the thoughts and stuff like that. So to devotion. So devotion I like too, because you've been training for this for lifetimes. Have faith in your dreams. And this is devotion. You're being devoted to you are devoted to some sort of sacred purpose here. And this is what the training is all about. See if you connect with that sacred purpose of what is this training about? What is it that you're trying to accomplish and do? So you are clearly devoted to something, having more faith in that thing, and maybe even changing the energy you bring to that thing, this activity, and understanding that there's something sacred about this activity that you're training for and learning about. And then we also have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So again, we have something sort of at the beginning stages. I feel like at the beginning stages of coming to fruition, it's just starting to come to fruition. You've put a lot of work. There's a lot of behind the scenes work here. There's a lot of rooting of the roots have been put down before the seeds emerging. And now I feel like we have a little bit of a seed emerging here. It still requires your devotion. It still requires your training and your faith. So meditate and contemplate. This can also be a deep connection with something, a soulmate connection. But also we're talking about meditate, and then we're talking about thinking things through. So we're talking about being able to engage with both the spiritual and the practical aspects of something. All right. Let's see, already shuffled the Muse deck, and now we're cutting it in a traditional way. But if you were here across the table from me, you'd be cutting it yourself. All right, Aries, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, and possible outcome. It's funny, this top row looks a little familiar despite all of the shuffling that went on. All right, in your recent past, you have Queen of Materials. So this is someone planning something. I like this because it is, I was talking about the stage or planning for a performance, and really it changes the way you rehearse, right? If you're just, someday I might perform this, you don't practice every day. There's no urgency. There's no behind being fully memorized, so that when you finally stand on stage, you're well prepared and you've rehearsed. And so there's an ease to that performance, and the audience can definitely feel the difference between a nervous, unprepared performance, even if it goes on without a hitch, and a well-prepared performance that has an ease to that doesn't feel like performance. So that's a little bit of like, you've been training for this for a lifetime. And then Queen of Materials shows up here, and the book depicts, talks about this being an actual poster, like a movie poster. And there she is. She's planning this out. This is how she wants, when she finally gets to perform the lead in the film, this is how she wants the poster to look. This is how so there's a sense of planning for your next career moves going on here, which fits really nicely with everything we've already seen here. This planning for your next career moves. I mean, she has so much faith in her next career move that she like made a poster and is sort of posing in front of it. Like, look what I'm going to do. That takes I want to say balls I just don't have, like to say something that you want so strongly that then you take this kind of thing and you know, mock up what the movie poster is going to look like with you on it. Whew. But that's the Queen of Materials. Queen of Materials could be a person that you know that's very focused on their career, maybe a couple steps ahead of you, and so you're watching their moves, male or female, watching their moves as they move forward. Or this could be you having in the past planned for where you're at right now, planned for, schemed for, focused on, and really brought that training and that devotion to this next step, this leveling up. It's materials, so it's usually having to do with how we invest our time, money, and physicality. So maybe you wanted a bigger apartment and you really thought about how you were going to get that and really pursued that, or it could be wanting a promotion, something like that. There's something here in your recent past that you had some very focused pursuit of, and we're really thinking about the next steps and how to get there. In your current situation, you have two of emotions here. So this is a deep connection, a soul-filled connection. It's reminding me of this card here. Look, these two fishies, these two people acting like fishies, deep emotional connection. So this could be also connection if we're talking about some sort of career path. You could be having a moment of deep emotional connection. There's some sort of resonance. This can be a conversation. This can be a week. This can be a couple of years. This can be a lifetime of having that. Wouldn't that be amazing? A whole lifetime of being deeply connected. I doubt it. They got to come up for air sometime. But maybe so. But there's a deep connection here. So two different worlds coming together. Again, we have this meditate and contemplate card, two very different worlds, spiritual, physical, in this one represented in this one, but this can also represent a soulmate or a kindred spirit. I like to call this card a kindred spirit. It takes a little bit of the heaviness out of the term, and we can just, out of the situation, we can just focus on that deep emotional connection, right? They're seeing eye to eye. They're coming from two different directions, two different worlds. One's from above, one's from below, and they're seeing for this moment, this magical moment, eye to eye. So this could be a connection you're making to an activity, a person, something like that. Just there's a deep emotional connection here to something in your current situation. So this could be someone else that you are currently deeply, even with our soulmates or our kindred spirits, we're not going to be in constant deep connection with them because we are our own organism and we have to have our own life, right? And our own world. So this is a meeting of the minds, the eyes, seeing eye to eye, looking and feeling seen in a very soulful, deeply satisfyingly emotional way. Yeah. I love that these two cards came out together. I mean, just look at that. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape. We have the Fool card. You're ready maybe to take a leap of faith, or hoping to be able to have enough faith to take that final leap, right? We have all this preparation, but finally stepping on the stage on opening night does take quite a leap of faith. To faith in yourself, faith that you put the work in, you put the effort in, which is what we're seeing here with this, and then this is another faith card. So leap of faith and having faith in your dreams. So you're looking, maybe you're hoping to have more faith in your dreams, to take that leap of faith, looking for an opportunity. The leap of faith, it is a brave moment, right? And that's to acknowledge, when we talk about bravery, when we talk about courage, we are acknowledging the fear that comes first, the fear that underlies that, right? There's no courage without fear. So with this Fool card, we're looking to take, we're hopeful that we're going to see our next move, our leap of faith, needing to move forward on something, wanting to move forward something, looking for that opening to leave. You've done a lot of work. This ladder leading up to this plateau here is like all the background work, the rehearsals, the research, the devotion to this dream. And then at some point there comes a time when, pardon the phrase, but I think it's apt here, when you pull the trigger. Everything's been prepared. You've done a lot. So you're looking for that moment. When do I pull the trigger? When do I make this leap, this thing you've trained for? When do you do it? You're looking for that opening. You're looking for that opportunity. You've got your eye on sort of where you want to go and what you want to do. And you're maybe hoping for the courage to finally take that leap for something you've thought about and prepared about for a long time. What's at issue here is basically that, having not taken that leap yet. Reverse a page of materials. So again, we have materials. We have something, we're talking about something in the real world, a job, a money, time, physical situation here. And then we have this page of materials in reverse. So the page is supposed to, in the upright, we'd be talking about a newbie, a baby just learning something, just learning about some sort of new thing or how to do something. So you're not, it hasn't begun yet. You're not, that's pretty clear from this all, is that you haven't taken steps to physically manifest this yet. You haven't taken that leap to finally fill out that application or whatever. We're lacking. We either don't know how to begin something, we haven't begun manifesting it or bringing it into fruition in the real world. We have all of this preparation, all this backlog, but we haven't even begun to it's like talking about a plant wanting to plant a garden. So here it is right here. Right, so in the upright, we'd be talking about just learning about something, seeing where you want to go, seeing how you want to grow, and what the end result could look like, and starting to take first steps. But we're getting it in the reverse. So it's like you've been talking about planting a garden. You maybe bought the seeds. You maybe planned out where everything was going to go, researched what time of year. And that time of year is here, and now it's time to break ground. Now it's time to open up the earth and put that seed in and really get this party started. But we're not even at step one. This is reminding me of Kung Fu Pandas. There is now a level 0, right? This would be a level 1. We haven't made it to level 1. We're still kind of in our head here about level 0 here. We're not bringing it into the reality. It's not, maybe we're looking for our opening. So maybe it's not a matter of our own hearts and our own heads. It's a matter of the circumstances around us. But kind of feels like you got to break ground here. That's the reading I'm getting, is it's time to break ground on something. Take the first step to doing it in reality. And then we have, I'm hearing, what is it from Legend of Korra? Julie, is it do the thing, Julie, or Julie, do the thing? Anyway, that's where we're at. Julie, do the thing. So 10 of emotions here in your environment. There is, I love this. We've got, there's quite a bit of performance here. We've got the stage here. We've got the troupe, the whole dance troupe. They practiced, they did their thing, they learned what they needed to learn, and here they are. This always reminds me, this is really funny, because we have this woman planning for this in this past, but in your current situation, we have a lot of people here that have achieved maximum happiness. They achieved what they set out to achieve. This is closing night on the performance. They've had a great run. It's very exciting. They're very thrilled. They're very dancing. So something in your environment is completing, finishing up. You've accomplished something. Maybe you've accomplished one thing while you're still planning for the other thing, or still trying to figure out how to do the other thing. So there's this ton of emotions here in your environment. of something around you, or this could be other people having accomplished what they set out to accomplish. Other people have planted their gardens and are starting to get little sprouts up. You're still sitting there with a totally clean, brand new shovel that you just got at the store that hasn't touched dirt yet, right? So that could be what's going on with this 10 of emotions in your environment, is a lot of people around you are very emotionally satisfied, or there's something else that you've completed and it went really well, possibly better than expected. It went really well and you're very satisfied with something in your life completing and bringing you a lot of happiness, just to give you a lot of faith, because at some point, whatever's completing here was just a dream and a vision that took a lot of work and took some leaps of faith to get to, right? So it should allow this ending, this successful completion, to give you fuel and encouragement for this other journey that you're on, this next step that you're on. And then in your environment or your to-do list, this is an interesting to-do list card. It's a star. I think in a to-do list, in an energy to interact with, this could be a couple different things. This could be allowing yourself to be seen, right? Especially since we have so much performance stuff going on here. So whether it's like an actual performance or just life performance or something like that, there's a sense of allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be to receive something, to receive some sort of good luck, being in the right place at the right time, and allowing that, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to maybe even receive help or acknowledgement or recognition. So this could be one interpretation of the star card in this position. The other interpretation I see is you be the blessing, you be the spotlight. You know, if we don't know how to help ourselves, if we don't know what to do next for ourselves, sometimes it's helpful to just try to help somebody else. Just take the focus off of you. So you could be allowing the focus to be on you, but also focusing your light and appreciation onto somebody else. And those are not mutually exclusive. So you're looking for opportunities to interact with that energy where maybe you can be the blessing. You can both receive the blessing and be the blessing for somebody else. So focus on, you know, being the blessing, allowing someone else to feel like they're at the right place at the right time, that they have value and worth, and that they're worthy to be seen. So making sure you're seeing somebody else, you're making sure you're passing that on. And then if an opportunity comes for you to be seen, for you to maybe even take this leap of faith, if that light, if that beam shines on you, make sure you're interacting with it and allowing yourself to move forward, allowing yourself to move into position, to be in the right place at the right time. That star comes out, that light shines on you, that spotlight shines on you, pick up that shovel and do the thing. Like open up that dirt and plant that seed. When that light comes, when that spotlight hits you, it's time. And you can be like, that's my cue, I go now. So something about your cue coming in. There's a big performance metaphor going on here. So waiting for your cue and then taking action when you receive it. And then where you're going, possible outcome, ace of inspiration. This is tapping into that life force, tapping into flow, tapping into getting some sort of new idea, new inspiration, a beginning. This is a beginning. We've got the 10 of emotions, a very satisfying end, and we have something begins, some sort of vision begins, some sort of seeing something, intuiting something, starting a creative project, starting some sort of project. The ace is going to be the beginning. Here we've got the page of materials in reverse, so something not beginning. Where you're headed, yeah, babe, something's going to begin. Something's going to be starting, and it's going to be very inspiring. Maybe you're just talking about it right now, right? Maybe you're just having a very inspiring conversation about this, and you're hoping to see your opportunity, hoping to take an opportunity, right? This comes right underneath this Fool card. Your hopes, your fears, take an opportunity, take a leap of faith. Here it comes. It's coming, that moment, you know, and you're going to get this moment of inspiration, this moment of, and then this will be, these are both sort of this moment of inspiration, right? So you're looking to either be someone else's moment of inspiration or to act once you receive that moment of inspiration. Once you receive that spark, allow it to spark you and allow that spark to light up your whole life and to light up your your movement forward, and to bring that life force energy into you. I want to say into the crown chakra, and just flow down and fill you with the energy and the inspiration you need for this thing you've been training for, and to take that motion, take that action. So on cue, you're going to be full of life. Once you receive your cue, you're going to be full of life and inspired. You're going to feel very inspired to take this leap and to start the thing in reality. All right, Aries, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments.